Hello and welcome to the next R2D2 video where we're going to be looking at 3 issues this time. I did manage to get that missing issue from the last video, so we're going to be looking at issues 35, 36 and 37 in this video. And we are going to be looking at something completely different to what we've looked at before. It's nothing to do with the dome, it's nothing to do with the leg because we finished a leg last time. And for those of you who saw the DeLorean video last week, you would have heard this sound effect. And you guys knew that was lightsaber, right? You knew that that meant a lightsaber. I don't need to work on my sound effects, do I? Right? Yes, we're going to be looking at a lightsaber, or at least the storage tube for a lightsaber. For those of you who don't know, or don't remember, or want to know, this R2D2 build comes with its own lightsaber, the lightsaber from Return of the Jedi, Luke Skywalker's lightsaber from that film. In that scene where he pops, opens the chute and pops out the lightsaber and he catches it. That is the lightsaber that we're going to be getting a replica of. I don't think it's going to be popping out quite as viciously as it did in the film. I don't know how forceful that release mechanism is going to be, but we are going to be looking at the storage tube for that lightsaber in this video. And I just want to say, I'll talk about it more when we actually get to build the lightsaber. If you think it's a waste having that replica lightsaber stored in R2D2's head, I'm sure, and I'm asking, if people who are good at making stands for lightsabers might want to make a little Star Wars stand for that replica lightsaber. Because from the pictures I've seen online, it actually looks pretty decent and it would be good as just a little standalone piece. So if anyone's creative out there and wants to start making stands, I'm sure you'll make a killing. So yeah, I'm just throwing that idea out there. I will definitely buy one and I will review it in this series of videos. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below on the Facebook groups whether you'll be interested in making one, because I definitely want one. But before all that, we're going back to a leg. Yes, in issue 36, I'm missing issue 35 because that is the lightsaber storage tube stuff. Issue 36 is kind of this middle issue where we get these pieces here, which I'm sure are very familiar to all of you. Yes, we're going to be starting the next part of R2D2's leg. Hopefully it won't be as drawn out as the last one was and they'll complete it in less issues. So we get 2 legs up and going really quickly. And to screw these metal parts in, you need to use the screws that we get in issue 35. And this is starting to become a bugbear of mine. With the DeLorean, we get the screws supplied for that issue's work. With R2D2, we don't seem to be doing it. We just seem to be getting these clumped up together. I'm sure we're going to be using all these screws, but if I just want those silver ones out, which I do for this piece, it means that all of these black ones are loose and, you know, liable to get lost. So it's a bugbear of mine. I really wish that DeAgostini would start supplying the issues for the pieces in that issue, supplying the screws for the pieces in the issue. So that you don't lose them, basically. But hey ho, that's what we're stuck with. So I'm just going to attach these metal parts to this part now. And here we have the pieces all installed. They're a little rattly because I have left them loose deliberately just to make sure that they are all in the right position. So make sure that this part here has the fat part at the bottom and then these textured parts go near the top. And then of course these parts look like little bear faces once again, with the two eyes and the nose there facing that way. So just leave this piece for now in a secure location, and I'm sure that we'll come back to it very soon in the next few issues. Now let's move on to that lightsaber storage tube. So in issue 35 we get these pieces here, which, you know, as you now know, is the start of the storage tube for the lightsaber. The first thing you need to do is just get one of these pieces. It doesn't really matter which one for now because it is the same on both. I'm just going to zoom in. And you need to get it so it has the side with the two slots like that. You then get this piece here, which has got a slight curve to it, and you just pop it over there like that. You then get a spring. Again, it doesn't matter which spring you use, and then you get one of the screws that is supplied in this issue 35, and you get the washer as well. And what you need to do is push the screw through the washer like that, and then screw it all over this part here with the spring. So it is going to be a little fiddly to kind of align it, but there we go. And the instructions say to screw it so that the spring compresses slightly, so still a little bit to go till you start seeing that spring move. There we go, there it is, slightly compressed, as you can see, like that. And I guess, you know, this will push up like that when the lightsaber is in, and then really, oh, you can't see. Yeah, this part will push up like this when the lightsaber is in the tube, and then release it like that. So you do the exact same thing on this one. This part here, spring, and then the washer and a screw, and then just line everything up and screw it in. And if we just hold them side by side, you'll see that they are compressed ever so slightly. Maybe this one could go in a little bit more because that washer is still loose while that one is secure. So let me just do that. There we go. That washer is now secure, as is that one as well. And then the final thing you do for this stage is you just attach these two halves together. So if you line them up, you'll see that you've got this screw, this screw, this screw, this screw connector, and this screw connector as well. We will leave these for now because we'll look at them a little later on. So you swing it this way and you just screw it together with the screws that we get in this issue. And here we have the storage tube all fitted together, looking very cool. It does fit together very, very well. I do like these connectors. Obviously I need to screw in the screws a little more, but I just want to test them for now. And then these parts work well as well. I think they'll grasp the lightsaber pretty well, and they do come out, as you can see here, like that. So you kind of get to start to see how this thing is going to look when it's all done. At some point, I guess we will attach this part onto there like that, but it doesn't say to do that in this issue. So let's move on to what we get in issue 37, sorry. So in issue 37 then we get all these parts here, which actually includes the motor for this lightsaber tube. But I'm just going to move everything to the side for now, and I'm going to start off with this part here, which is kind of the plastic runner. You get this part and you line it up with this circle part here that has words on the inside. You can see that there, and you just slot that into there like that, leaving a screw hole. You then get one of the screws that we got in issue 35, the 3.5mm screws, and you just attach this black circle part in there, just like that. Actually, that seems a little small, that screw. Don't think I've got the right one. There we go, sorry about that. I've got the right one now. Again, this is the problem with the screws coming 2 issues ago. You lose track, you really do. Anyway, I'll stop moaning. And I think that might be too big because I'm not sure it's meant to have an overhang. But it's in there now, it's secure. I hope that that doesn't come to be too much of an issue. Fingers crossed that it doesn't. The next part you'll need is this part here and the motor, which we spoke about before. Looking very nice indeed. You just unfurl the wire and you just push it through here like that. And then just slot the motor into this hole there like that. So it is flush apart from this grey part on top. And you may have guessed it, you push down this little cog onto the grey part. Did I just do that off camera? I'm going to take that off and do it again. You get this little cog and you push it onto the grey part. Of course I can't do it as smoothly on camera. Of course I can't. There we go. So the little cog is on there like that. DF81. There we go. The next thing you will need is this wire here. Oh, I don't know what happened to my accent there. This wire here with these 2 ports. We get kind of this 2 green ports here. Oops, sorry. But one has the yellow wire attached to it and the other has the black. Now you get the black wire and you just attach it to this part here like that. So you see they've got a little tab there, same on that side, and a little hole, a little tab there. You just push the tabs together. So that goes through the hole and that goes through the tab. And so that one looks like that. And then you get the yellow connector and it's exactly the same method. Just pop the tabs into the holes there like that, and that is what it looks like when it's all done. You then, just looking at the instructions, yes, you then just get this runner and it's got a little groove there for it to fit into nicely, just there like that. And then you get this part and you connect it all up. Oh, when it all lines up. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. So we've got that part that comes in and out, and we've got these 3 parts that we need to screw down. So I'm just going to go and do that now. And there you have that piece all installed. Make sure that you don't secure these 2 parts together yet, because you'll be doing that in just a moment. But yeah, just to show you, that goes there like that. I'm guessing it will connect at some point because that does feel quite loose right now. Yeah, that is that part all done. So let's just bring the part back that we did in issue 35, which is the tube here. You need to align them up so that these 2 ports here connect into these parts here. Just might need to give them a little squeeze so that they fit. But there we go. See, so that looks goes in there like that and looks like that, and then you screw it all together with these 2 screws here. Now they do come with different sizes. One is 18mm, one is 12, and you use the 18mm at the bottom and the 12mm at the top. So let me just do that. And I have attached it, but I have just realized that I've made an error, and I'm pointing it out so that you guys don't make it too. All of this mechanic part here, this white run part, needs to be on this side of the screw so that this part is, you know, flush with this part here. So I've just got to, let me just see if I can do this on camera. Let me just unscrew this. And the reason I got it's so wrong is because it is quite hard to, well, actually, oh man, I messed up big time here, because if I just take all of this off, you will see that I went wrong at this stage. That part needs to be there. So if I just undo this, welcome to the undoing video, and then just open that up and push that in there. No, it's gonna have to all come undone. So I'm gonna do this off camera, obviously, and in a couple of seconds you'll see it all completed. Yeah, sorry about that. Just make sure, actually no, let me see if I can. So make sure that it all makes sense now. I did think that this thing was running far too easily. So make sure that you push the runner in there like that, so that it does connect with the cock, which mine wasn't doing. And then let's put everything back. Yeah, okay, so then that part is in there like that, and then I'll secure that in there, and then I'll secure that in there, and you can see that will attach to the bottom there far more securely. So I'm just going to do that, be right back. And here it is, all done. Absolutely no problems at all getting this tube together, none whatsoever. What are you talking about? No, I didn't mess up. No, I didn't. Okay, yes I did, but now that it is all done, you can see that there is none of that runner showing. It is all this nice black tubing at the bottom, looking very nice indeed. And to make sure that you don't see through that tube, you then connect this part onto there like that, and as if by magic the shopkeeper appeared. No, as if by that's an obscure reference. Yeah, give a like to this video if you get that reference, and if you don't, look it up and watch some of the episodes.
Suddenly, as if by magic, the shopkeeper appeared.
It's really good. Oh, that's taken me right back to my childhood. Anyway, as if by magic, the bottom of this tube is now fitted on, and this is what the lightsaber tube looks like. Very, very nice indeed. All that remains is something to put inside it. Hopefully we won't have to wait very long for that to happen. So to make sure you don't miss out on the actual building of the lightsaber, tune in 2 weeks time. And do you know what? I really hope that the lightsaber is in the next 2 issues. Otherwise I've just promised something I can't deliver. Yeah, tune in 2 weeks time anyway to find out. That's all I'm going to say. A little bit of a fiddly end to this video, but I think you'll agree that it is worth it to kind of get an extra part of this R2D2 pretty much complete, apart from the thing we put inside it. All these little steps are just steps toward it being completely finished, and that's super exciting. So yeah, join me in 2 weeks time for more R2D2 build. Until then guys, take care, bye bye.